Okay, lesson 7, shelling and ribs. Okay, we'll be discussing about shelling and ribs, and the objective of this lesson is to apply draft to model faces. Draft is yung parang slant. Okay, basta it's uneven doon sa upper and lower portion ng object. So, draft. And then, meron tayong shelling operations. Okay, so using the rib tool. So, kung makikita nyo, sa mga plastic wares natin, di ba? It's not entirely a purely orthogonal intersections doon sa mga frames. Example sa chairs. Meron din yung mga ribs under. Or even sa extensions natin, if you're wiring your extensions, yung plastic nung pinagsasaksakan, meron siyang support din doon sa mga gilid ng plug. Papunta dun sa casing to support the case kapag ka sinasaksakan siya or tinatanggalan ng plug para hindi siya nasisira kaagad. And then, yung thin features natin is yung shelling. So, we'll try doing it in order, but meron tayong mga sample case study dito that we could use and pwede nating sundan. So, first is shelling and ribs. Creating thin wood parts involves some common sequences and operation whether they are cast or injection molded. So, this is one application of this. And both shelling and draft are used as well as ribs. Okay? So, yung gagawin natin case study, it will give us an opportunity to practice yung pag-add ng draft, pag-execute ng shelling, at saka pag-create ng ribs. Okay? So, some key stages in the modeling process. So, draft with a plane. Okay, pwede tayo mag-draft with respect to a planar face or plane and direction. Shelling, i-hollow out natin yung solid part kasi kanina it's purely solid, di ba? But what if some parts of the handle before was a parang shell type siya, hollow siya, hindi siya solid object. Then the rib tool, so as I was saying kanina, so we can create easily yung mga ribs natin for the object, and then yung thin features. Okay. Anyway, let's open this part, shellings and ribs. So, dito, under shelling and ribs, okay, i-ano lang natin to, i-flip lang natin siya. Then, we have to perform some selection sets. Okay, right click, and then selection tools, and then save selection, new selection set. Okay, yun lang muna. So far, makikita nyo siya dito, under selection sets, nung manager tree, design tree natin. So, meron tayong isa. Pwede rin natin siya i-rename. Okay. Anyway, mag-analyze saka mag-add tayo ng draft. Okay. So, as I was saying before, yung draft natin, kailangan natin siya for cast and injection molded parts. Now, for our particular application sa aeronautical engineering, we can use it for what? Composite parts, di ba? Na parang ginagawa through injection molding or cast molding. So, yung draft analysis natin, this is basically a tool for us to determine kung meron bang sufficient draft yung particular object para ma-remove natin dun sa mold. Okay? Based on a set draft angle. So, saan ba natin siya makikita? First is, punta tayo sa evaluate na tab. Then, makikita natin dito yung draft analysis. So, let's look for draft analysis. It's here. Alright? And then, we can also find it in the menu, view, display, and then draft analysis. Makikita nyo rin siya rito. Right? So that's for the evaluate part. Next, we have to select draft analysis. Okay? And then, magsiset tayo ng particular, ayan, face. Ayan, yung selection natin kanina. Okay? Or pwede naman kahit hindi na ito, diretso. Pwede kayo dun sa design tree. Punta kayo sa selection set. It's the same thing. Ito pa rin yan. And then, what happens is, we select the direction of the pool. Okay? Paano natin ma-check? So, dapat yung direction ng pool natin is, tama na to. Yan. Pataas. Okay? Pataas natin siya ipupull galing dito sa surface na green. Okay? Next. Itong angle, babaan lang natin ng isang increment. It's 2 degrees. Okay? Colors are assigned to faces according to the nature of their draft. Okay? Ito yan. Meron tayong positive draft, negative draft, and requires draft. Now, meron tayong three yellow surfaces that requires draft para ma-pull out natin to successfully sa mode. So, meron tayong 3. And yung red, negative yung draft niya. So, hindi naman siya kailangan. All we need to do is click OK. And then, yan na. After that, dito pa rin naman yung legend nyo. Makikita nyo pa rin yan sa bottom portion. So, don't worry. Ayan. So, for a while. Okay. So, yan. So, since we know na meron tayong areas na kailangan natin lagyan ng draft, we should revise it as necessary. Okay? Now, meron tayong ibang options dito for drafting. Okay? So, pwede tayong pumunta sa draft option natin. Insert, boss or base, and then extrude. Yan. And then, this draft feature enables you to draft or to add draft doon sa faces ng model with respect to the neutral plane or parting line na sinet nyo. So, insert, features, draft. Let's try that. Insert, features, draft. Okay? So, yan. Click draft. Click manual and neutral plane. Neutral plane. Yan. Click manual, tapos neutral plane. And then, type of draft. Then, we select the bottom face for the neutral plane. And then, we set the draft angle to 2 degrees. And then, we select ngayon yung faces na gusto nating i-draft. With respect to the neutral plane na nasa baba, so we have 1, 2, and 3 na required, tama? So, face 2, 3, and 4. And then, yung direction, so far tama naman siya. So, ayan. Click OK for the draft command. And, makikita nyo, nagbago na siya. Okay? Naging green na siya. Right? Now, dito sa libro, dapat magi-green siya. Lahat may positive draft. For a while, let us check kung tama ba yung file. Tama naman. Anyway, sige. Tuloy na lang natin. Okay? Draft analysis recheck. Okay, so ang gagawin natin ulit, magda-draft analysis. And then, ano yung, natin? Selection set for this particular portion. It is yung selection sets kanina. Diba? And then, 2 degrees. Then, try natin. So, ayan. May problem dito sa model provided. I believe this was, anyway, for a while. Let me just recheck muna, ha? Okay, anyway, I don't have the file available, pero the main purpose of this is if you look at the manual, if you look at this particular portion, nagbago siya, naging straight siya instead of a drafted one kanina. So, all in all, na-achieve naman natin yung gusto natin for the particular model para maano siya for the molding or casting. Okay, so yun lang. So dapat kasi magi-green to doon sa model, sa lahat. But then, hindi naman siya binago. I believe this one is, yung na-revise na na-copy. So, let's move on. Let's go to shelling. Okay, so yung shelling natin, basically, it allows you to hollow out a solid object. Okay, an example is parang box, di ba, na empty. So, yung mismong karton ng box is it's basically the shell. So, the thickness depends doon sa sa sinet mo, of course. But in general, all of the sides will or all of the walls of it will have the same thickness. Okay? So, let me just open up yung shelling. Shelling file. Okay. So, it's the same file. Sorry. First, where do we find yung ating shell options? So, meron tayo sa features ulit. Yan, insert features shell. Alright? Meron din tayong basically that's it, features and shell. And then let's try doing or shelling this particular object. Okay, so shell. So first, gusto daw natin ng 1.5 mm na wall thickness. Okay, that's 1.5 mm. Yan, sinet ko na lang naka-mm siya. And then we select 9 faces to shell out the object. So, paano ba natin siya i-select or ano ba i-select? Please take note that this is solid, ha? Solid dito. So, we need to shell this out. 1, this 2, this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yung mga flat surfaces, yung sineshell natin or sineselect natin. Shown as the faces to remove. Okay. And then, click OK. Makikita nyo, this has been shelled out already. Okay. Nagmumukha na siyang parang extension plug as it looks like. Anyway, next, that's for the shelling, ha? For the shelling portion, 1.5 mm po yung sinet natin. Please remember that. Next is, gagawa tayo ng plane in preparation for the rib tool. Kasi as I was saying kanina, yung ating para extension, may mga ribs yan sa loob, diba? Para hindi siya brittle kapag sinaksakan siya somewhere dito, hindi siya lulusot, diba? May support siya. Now, we could do that by creating a plane dito sa model. So, what we should do is, punta tayo sa plane. Click plane. Features. For a while. Reference geometry, plane. Okay. for a while. Okay. Let's go with the features. Reference geometry, then plane. Select lang natin tong face na to para parallel siya doon sa base. And then, what we should do is maggawa tayo ng plane na naka-offset doon sa reference na to. So, gusto ko siya ng naka 90 degrees and 10 millimeters. Okay? 10 millimeters yung distance niya from this reference plane. Itong blue. Yeah, itong nasa sa side nung nasa wall nung extension wire. And then, i-offset lang natin siya. Ayaw natin siya ng palabas. Gusto natin siya paloob kasi doon tayo gagawa ng rib. So, all we have to do is flip offset. Okay? Now, we have it here already. And please take note of the offset distance. It's 10 millimeters. Okay? Now, we have a new plane dyan. Okay? Makikita nyo, under the shell, meron kayong plane 1. Okay? Now, what we have to do here is that this would be our plane for the rib. Okay? Yung rib tool natin, it enables us to add a special type of extruded feature. Okay? Extruded feature, basically, it's a form of support doon sa ating object. Now, kung titingnan nyo itong manual, meron tayong different types ng rib sketches. Merong ribs na parallel to the plane of sketch, kagaya nito. Meron ding perpendicular to the plane of the sketch. And meron ding complex. Okay? But anyway, saan ba natin makikita si rib? It's basically, it gives you an extruded parang item or feature. And then, na-adjust lang natin siya as necessary. So, first, punta tayo sa insert, features, rib. Or pwede rin yan dito. Meron kayong shell, meron kayong draft, meron kayong rib. So, rib. Once you click rib, ang mangyayari is lalabas yung rib command nyo. However, please take note na kailangan po natin ng reference kung saan natin ilalagay yung rib. Okay? So, what we should do is we should sketch muna dito sa ating sketch plane. Okay? Gawa tayo ng line, midpoint line, and then, what we do is, gagawa tayo ng line. Sorry, gawin na lang muna nating normal ito. So, we have the reference, kagaya nung isa-isa. Then, we sketch ulit midpoint line somewhere here. Let's see. Somewhere here. Sorry. Sa midpoint ng object. Yan. Yan. Somewhere dito. Yan. And then, we'll do the same thing doon sa baba. Copy na lang natin ito. Midpoint line. So, yan. Yan. Midpoint line. And then, parallel dito. Alright. So, dimension. Kailangan natin dimension. This is around 5 millimeters. And this as well should be 5 millimeters from this base. So, we have 5 millimeters as well. Okay? So, once that's done, hindi na natin siya kailangan i-define pa kasi fully defined na siya. Okay, punta tayo sa rib tool. Okay? For a while. Okay, so yung lines natin na ginawa kanina does not need to be parang exactly coincident dito kasi the rib feature will ensure na kapag nag-ano tayo, nag-execute yung rib command or nag-extrude siya, mag-aano siya hanggang doon sa surface ng sketch. Okay, so we'll illustrate that with the rib command here under the features. Exit sketch, rib. Okay, so nakita nyo, na-detect niya yung sketch ko. Alright? And then, from that part, magsiset daw tayo ng 1.5 millimeters. Okay? Magsiset tayo ng 1.5 millimeters. Yan. 1.5 millimeters. And then, yung direction ng extrusion is normal to sketch. Yan, which is this one. Kung gusto nyo away, pwedeng itong isa. Or parallel to sketch. Kung gusto nyo away from the sketch, you flip the material side. Okay? So, next is yung draft. Ang nakalagay dito is meron tayong 3 degrees outward na draft. Okay? It's natural draft. However, hindi ko siya for a while. Hindi ko ma-adjust yung draft ko. Ayan. It should be 3 degrees. Ayan. Natural. Okay? Now, dito sa taas, at the sketch plane, so, ayan. Sa mismong plane ng sketch siya nagsimula na mag-extrude. Okay. Next, if that is done, we could see a detailed preview. Ayan. Yan yung magiging itsura niya. Okay? Doon sa particular object. Okay? So, tanggalin na natin yan and then we press OK. So, we have this particular draft na nung rib. Okay? Another sketch that we could do is sa right plane. Okay? Dito sa right plane, yan, pwede tayong gumawa ng sketch. Ang gagawin naman natin is what? Mag-sketch tayo dito para makagawa tayo ng rib na longitudinal. Okay? So, ang gagawin lang natin is gagawa lang tayo ng rib from sa dulo. Meron siyang box until here. Yan. As estimated. Okay? Now, what happens next is gagawa ulit tayo ng rib. Okay? Gagawa ulit tayo ng rib. Now, this time, yung rib naman natin should be parallel to the sketch. Okay? Same, draft and features. Okay? So, wala tayong masyadong babaguhin. So, that would give us this particular for a while. Yan. Okay, for a while, balikan ko lang yung 1.5, 3 degrees, parallel to sketch. Okay, so binago ko lang yung sketch kasi mali yung nasa figure, pero if you look at the sinagad ko lang siya dun sa rib na ginawa natin kanina from its original dimension, and then same features lang naman yung nakalagay doon sa rib. So I just press OK. Why though? For a while. What's wrong? Troubleshoot ko lang in a while. Okay, so ito na, edit ko lang si sketch ulit. So going back, rib feature, and then we select this one for the rib. Same parameters aside from this one, it should be parallel to sketch. Tanggalin nyo yung check na draft outward, and then lagay nyo, iset nyo into 3 degrees. Okay, so kanina okay na siya. Flip lang natin para papunta siya doon sa material. Okay, kanina nag-ano na siya eh. What's wrong with this one? It should be intersecting. Ayan. Tama naman. Select this one. Rib. Select this one. Ayan. Tapos flip material. 1.5 millimeters. Taper ko ay 3 degrees. Ayan. So, yan. Na-capture naman siya kanina. So, let me just redo yung ayan. So, this is the rib na. Ayan. So, you can do section view on this one. Meron kayo dito section view. Madali lang naman ito. Meron tayong planar at saka zonal. Okay? Zonal, pipili kayo kung anong portion ng object siya. So, imagine may parang plane dyan, Cartesian, 3D Cartesian plane. So, pipili ka kung anong part yung isa-section view mo, but let's try doing one. Section view, kunyari ito, yung cutting plane ko is the front plane. So, pwede ka dyang mag front plane, top plane, at saka right plane. So, ito lang naman po yung differences niya. This is the section view kasama yung So, sa top plane, ang difference is this one. Yan. Dito mo siya nakikita. And yung right plane is sa side. Okay? So, you can set that. Pwede mo rin siyang alisan right away. So, useful siya in checking yung mga clearances sa loob. If there are anything that you should be wary of. Okay? So, that's for the section view. Right? Converting entities. So, itong convert entities, nakikita nyo siya usually dito sa sketch. Tama? Nakikita nyo yan. Ang ginagawa kasi niyan is that gumagawa siya ng copy nung example, edge na sinelect mo. So, gumagawa siya ng copy nun and ipino-project niya yun sa plane of sketch. Okay, example, hindi sila pareho ng plane, katulad ng mga drafted parts nito, 'di ba? Hindi sila pareho ng plane, pero kapag kinonvert into entity ko itong face or edge na ito, magpo-project siya dito sa, example, ang sketch plane ko is plane 1. Diyan siya magpo-project. Or yung original ko na front plane or top plane. Diba? Yan. Doon siya magpo-project. Now, under sketch, andito yan, convert entities. So, just an example, ano ba yung plane nito sa ilalim? Okay, gawa na lang tayo. Gawa tayo ng plane. Select natin dito. Yan. That's our new plane. Wala tayong offset. Yan. So, we'll rename this pseudo plane. Okay. Now, let's try converting entities. Okay, kapag edge, try lang natin. If active po yung ating ito, edge, then punta tayo sa sketch, convert entities. So, what happens is what? Sorry. Sketch pala tayo dito. Kailangan active yung yung plane. Okay. And then punta tayo under sketch, select tayo ng side. Please take note na hindi sila pareho ng plane, ha. Magko-convert entities tayo. And makikita nyo, nag-convert siya directly as it is doon sa plane. Active plane natin, pseudo plane. Now, if it is a surface, such as this one, undo lang natin. If it's a surface, convert entities, what happens is nagpo-project siya doon as a surface, as is. And right away, dun sa loops. Okay? Kung undo natin ito, let's just undo the selection. Itong loops naman natin. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we convert entities. Makikita niya that it projected, diba, doon sa plane. So that's basically your convert entities. Okay, yan po yung silbi niyan. Okay? So, ang next natin na gagawin is yung rib kanina. Okay? Yung last rib na ginawa natin, exit ko lang tong sketch. So, ano lang naman ito. Let's just delete this sketch na. Kasi hindi naman natin siya kailangan. It's for illustration lang. If we convert entities nito, and dinrag natin siya, makikita nyo, saan na yun? For a while. Convert entities. Ayaw nang lumabas for a while, ha? Ito. Try natin dito. And sa right plane pala yun. Palitan lang natin yung view, hidden lens ulit, and then sketch tayo sa right plane, then we select this one, yan yung rib kanina, di ba? Then we convert entity, Ngayon, ang gagawin lang natin is, itadrag natin yan ngayon. Okay? Itadrag natin siya ngayon dito. Yan. Para magmukha siyang ganito. Okay? Now, we could have easily created a line, pero, yan. Ang gagawin lang din natin uli dito is, exit sketch, then magre-rib tayo ulit sa features para magawa natin yung ano kanina. Yan. Another set of ribs. And then, if we look at the view ulit, gawin natin siya realistic. We have another set of yan, ribs nakasama doon sa original model. Now, hindi ko na siya selection view as indicated dito. It's for the ano na lang. Illustration. Kayo na lang bahala mag-ano ng section view while doing it. Next, meron tayong full round fillets. Itong full round fillets natin, ang ginagawa niya is nagfi-fillet siya or nagfi-fillet siya in parang 3 directions. Sides, tsaka yung or 3 adjacent surfaces. Itong sides, tsaka yung top view na ito. Itong top, tsaka yung kabilang side. So, that's an example of full round fillet. So, it needs at least 3 tangent surfaces. Okay? So, meron ditong fillet. Sorry. Fillet property manager. Ayan. Let's just look for the full round fillets. Ayan. We have here the full round fillets. Okay? Select lang natin to. And, selectin kanya ng tatlong face. So, gawin natin siya dito on this rib. Alright. Face 2. To. Face 3. Ito. Ayan. Okay? Now, ngayon, we could do the same thing. Kapag in-okay natin yan, we could do the same thing dito. I believe pwede yata itong i-copy. Sa sorry. Okay. Gawin na lang uli natin. Fillet. Full round. This time around, ito naman. Alright, so we have full round fillets. Then press OK for the ribs. And then, that's the ribs portion. So, after this, we're done. We could save and close the files as it is. Sinave ko na siya. Okay? So, next is thin features. So, set up ko lang uli yung ano so we could start with the thin features na. Okay. So, thin features, ang ginagawa naman ng thin features is gumagawa siya ng thin walled parts. Okay. So, usually, we refer here sa sketches natin with open contours and closed contours as well. Pero, if it's a closed contour sketch kasi, nagmumukha siyang shelling. So, yun yung problema. Okay? Nagmumukha siyang shelling. Anyway, alam niyo naman po yung feature na revolve sa AutoCAD, tama? So, alam niyo na that, example, nag-revolve tayo as we have kanina gawa tayo ng lines random lang Wala nang sukat. Yan. Tapos, yan. And, kunyari, meron tayong construction line dito. Alright? Gawin natin tong for construction. So, what happens is that kapag nag-revolve tayo, example, this particular side and this particular side, iyan ay construction geometry. And, kunyari, nag-revolve tayo, right? Select natin to. Then, punta tayo kay features, revolve base. Okay. Okay. So, ang axis of revolution ko is this one. Tama. Makikita niyo yung resulting figure. Okay? Yan yung resulting figure niya. And meron tayo ditong thin feature. Okay? Ang ginagawa niya is, nakakapag-set kayo ng thickness ng extruded or revolved feature. So, yun lang po yung difference niya. As for the measurements of this, it's somehow useful sa mga ano natin, like hydraulic designs or even control system designs sa landing gears. So, mas realistic natin siyang na-model if that's the case. Or example, yung mga GTO models natin, right? Which involves cases, yung mga cases natin. So, nung engine, so we could have this one as well. Thin feature. So, I'll not discuss this in depth, but basically, gagawa lang tayo ng isang figure. Okay? So, sige, gawin na natin to. Alright. So, balik tayo dun sa front plane. Normal 2. Yan. Ang gawin lang natin is, ayusin lang natin to. Kasi, meron tayong figure dito na, ano lang siya. For a while. Yan. Yan. So, front plane, normal. We have this thin feature. So, ang gagawin lang natin is i-revolve lang natin ito. Okay, from the sketch, revolve base. Okay. This is the figure exactly from the point of rotation. And ang in-specify natin is 5 millimeters lang daw yung gusto niya for the thin feature. Okay? Yan. So, we press OK. So, makikita nyo, andito na yung object. Okay? This is for the revolve. Now, pwede tayong mag-extrude sa susunod. Okay? As an illustration, this line is instructed na i-extrude daw natin. Pero, with the thin feature involved. Now, ngayon, yung ano natin, extrude portion natin, mid-plane. Mid-plane daw siya. And then, 5 millimeters din. Okay? I-reset ko lang ito into 5 millimeters. And then, click auto fillet ng corners with the fillet radius or fillet radius of 3 millimeters. Alright? So, that's done. And then, yung direction natin, i-ano daw natin na up to next. Yan. Then, opposite direction. Dito lang, sa part na to. Kung makikita nyo, yung up to next, okay, kung ano yung next surface na matouch niya, hanggang doon siya mag-extrude. So, for reference, ito siya, nakadikit siya sa object. Pero kung titingnan nyo, yung isa, up to surface, okay, yan, and then preview natin, ba't ayaw? Yung up to surface kasi, hanggang dito lang siya. Kung ano yung first surface na matouch niya, that's it. So, let's try this one. Okay. This one. This surface. Yan yung preview niya. Okay? So, that's the difference, ha? So, ang ano lang natin dito, ang requirement natin is naka-up to next siya. Okay? Naka-up to next. Para buo. And then, we press OK. So, ito yung magiging itsura niya. Then, after that, kailangan nating mag-convert entities. Okay? So, this one, kailangan nating convert entities. Reverse the view of the model and create a sketch on the face as shown. Yan. Right click dito sa face, sketch. Okay? Now, select natin yung pinakamalaki, this one. Right? Then we convert entities. Okay? So, nakita nyo? Nag-sketch tayo dun sa surface ng small circle. Sinelect natin yung pinakamalaking circle and we converted the entities. Kaya siya napunta doon. Kasi yun yung sketch plane ko. Right? After that, we could exit the sketch. And then, we could extrude. Meron tayong mga shortcut key, press S, ayan. Meron tayo dyang mga features, extrude boss base. Okay? So, 5 millimeters daw. Okay? So, is it outwards? Away from the model. Okay. So, it's away from the model. Okay? So, yan na siya. And then, create a new reference plane. Okay? So, punta tayo sa right plane. Gawin natin siyang visible. Another shortcut for creating planes instead of reference geometry is we could control and dragging the right plane. Okay? Lagay lang natin dito sa distance 75 millimeters. And that's it. We have the plane ready. Okay? So, that's one shortcut for it. And then, after that, we should create a new sketch on this plane. And then, we could convert the entities na nandito. Alright? So, what we could do is, we convert the entities. And projected po siya doon sa plane, as you can see. And then, we could extrude. Ulit, up to next. So, press the S key. Sorry, we exit the sketch first. And we press the S key. Extrude, pause space. So, may kita nyo, up to next lang daw natin siya. Yan. And then, we have the figure ready. So, that's for your lesson 7. Okay? So far, that's pretty much it. Kung may nalilito or may gustong balikan, you have the video, recorded video, balikan nyo lang siya as you see fit or necessary hanggang sa magamay nyo siya. Okay? So, that would be all for this lesson. Thank you.